Hey, today I'm going to make some Einkorn biscuits. Einkorn is one of my favorite flour products. I have regular Einkorn flour that's just an all-purpose flour. I use it anytime I get a chance, anytime I need flour. Einkorn is my flour. Aluminum-free baking powder, grass-fed butter, organic eggs, Himalayan pink salt, and organic milk. So this is my regular old biscuit recipe that I just changed the ingredients so that we can still eat it, because we don't eat regular flour from the grocery store. I only use Einkorn now. Better choice for us. So I'm going to start with my KitchenAid mixer. It takes two cups of flour. So I'll get 2 cups in here. One teaspoon of salt. If I can get it out. 2½ teaspoons of baking powder. Okay, then it calls for 6 tablespoons of cold grass-fed butter. So this butter comes in a big block. So I just cut it in half. I'll save that half for another time. Okay, so 8 tablespoons is a whole stick, so I'm going to cut off a little bit of that. And this should be about 6 tablespoons of butter here. I just like to cube it up before I put it in my flour, because when it's cold, which is what you want, it's a little harder to work with. So little cubes work better, for me anyway. That's my oven. I preheated my oven to 425. Okay, so I'm going to give the flour mixture a stir. Get all that stuff stirred together. And put my butter in. This is a pastry cutter. I don't know. I think that's what it's called. I use that first. And I just mash it all together until the butter and the flour are kind of crumbly. That way you don't have big chunks of butter mixed in with your biscuit dough. They're just little pieces. If you don't have a pastry cutter, I think you can use a couple of forks maybe, but I've always had one of these, so I don't know how forks work, but I hear people say you can do that. You just press and mash until you can see that the butter is not big chunks. It just starts getting crumbly looking. And it takes a minute, a little bit of elbow grease and a little patience. Butter's kind of sticking to that. I'm going to knock it off and then I'm going to keep mashing one more time here. That looks pretty good. Okay, oops, there's a piece of butter right there. Fell out. I'm going to add it real quick. It tried to run away. Okay, now we need 1 egg. Oh, I thought we needed 2 eggs. We just need 1 egg. Right in it goes. And 3/4 of a cup of milk. This milk is from a local dairy, and you have to shake it because the cream rises to the top. Every time I use it, I have to shake it up. Okay. Now we'll go over and put it on the mixer. Okay, we're at the mixer. I like this hook for I use it for everything really, for any kind of dough. I know it's not really the dough hook. I'm gonna get this started. I don't know if you can see that very well. Einkorn usually makes a pretty wet dough. I'm gonna let that go and really mix for a minute. I'm going to stop it and knock it down a little bit. Scrape the sides a little. I want it to mix really well. It's going to be a really wet dough when it first gets going here. That's really all you need, is just to get it all mixed together. It doesn't have to mix forever. Just enough to get everything mixed in. Sorry, this might be boring. My mother taught me, waste not, want not. So I try not to waste any of the stuff. That's a whole bite we could be missing there. Okay. All right, we're back over here where we started. I always lay out a piece of parchment paper. I think this is actually freezer paper. I just need something because it doesn't mess up my countertop that way. I don't have to clean up much in the end when I do this. We're going to flour the surface. I use whatever I have to hold the paper down. And we have to scrape all of this wet dough out. It's not easy. It's a really stiff, elastic type of dough. Just for a minute anyway. Super sticky. And I don't like to touch it. It gets all over my hands, so I try to do it all with the spatula so I don't have to wash my hands every 5 minutes. Okay, I think that's all I can get out. Now we're going to sprinkle some more flour on top, and I'm just going to start trying to make it a more workable dough without touching it if I don't have to, because you don't really have to touch it. Just get it dried up a little bit with that flour that you have sprinkled out. Okay. Now it is the most wonderful soft dough when you're ready to roll this out. Okay, in fact, I'm not going to even roll it out. I'm just going to press it out with my hands, just like that. Cut my biscuits. This is a pretty big biscuit cutter. It makes pretty ginormous biscuits, but that's how we like it. I mean, why have a tiny biscuit when you can have a ginormous one? Roll it out again. And just keep doing that until you get them all cut. You see, this doesn't make a ton of biscuits when you make ginormous ones, but that's okay. I usually make a double recipe, and I'll just make a little baby biscuit there to go with it. I don't even bother to grease the cookie sheet. They don't ever seem to stick. So this will go in the oven for, I think, 10 or 15 minutes at 425. All right, going into the oven. The recipe says 15 minutes, I checked, but also, you know, till they're just ready, golden brown. And then, this is what I like about the cleanup. Can you see this? You just roll your paper up and throw it away. And you don't have to clean up a bunch of dough on your countertop. Okay, it's been a good 15 minutes. I'm going to take these out. You know, everybody's ovens cook differently. So really you just want to watch for the nice golden brown color. You see it? So, you know, start looking, start peeking in, you know, 10, 12, 15 minutes every so often until you see that they're a nice golden brown, and they are ready and they're going to be delicious.